This is your day, that you've awoke to the new world, one that has the peace which your soul seeks. Go, Umicom, go, Umicom, go! Go, Umicom, go, Umicom, go! Go, Umicom, go, Umicom, go! Go, Umicom, go, Umicom, go!
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A greeting and peace to all my family and friends, and thank you for tuning in to the latest podcast from Umicom Foundation. I'm your host, Sammy Hegab. Now, today I had a plan to bring on a British Palestinian doctor who's currently in Gaza, trying to save lives as much as possible. Now, he's the true hero, but unfortunately he's not well, and he's currently sick, so our dua, our supplication, our prayers are for him in this special blessed day, Jummah. So Jummah Mubarakah to everyone as well. What I do have is a few videos and pictures that he sent me recently in the past couple of weeks, and I wanted to share that with you, as well as some of the videos we can make some comments on. And I've also had a webcam. Let me see if I can get that on. So I've recently had a video chat with Dr. Mohammad once he arrived in Rafah. As you can see, he's showing me around his tent, his mobile hospital. And we had a quick conversation, and unfortunately I was going to take a flight, and he was calling me, making a video call, and I've captured some of that as well, just to share with you. And his colleague there from Al Jazeera, as you can see, he's introducing me to his friend from Al Jazeera there in the video. So what I'm going to do today is, in this podcast, is share with you some of his videos and footage that he shared with me recently, and we can make some comments, and we could talk about the current projects that he's proposing in Gaza. As you're aware, the situation is very dire at the moment. There's a shortage of food, water, clean water, medical aid, as well as professionals to assist in these matters. And because there's a current siege in place from all sides of Palestine, in particular, in this case, we're talking about Gaza here, it's closed from all borders, so there's no food coming in or out, except for the military port that the US built to supposedly for humanitarian aid, but it's actually to supply the IDF with weapons coming from the US to avoid the blockade caused by the Yemenis, Houthis, who's blocked the Straits of Hormuz and other areas, and are threatening to close off other areas and seaports. So the solution was from the US is to build a platform, a floating platform in Gaza, so they can facilitate arming Israel and continuing the genocide on our Palestinian brothers and sisters. So they don't believe the deception that's going on by the West, unfortunately. And when I'm saying the West here, I'm not talking about the citizens in the West. I'm British national myself, as well as many decent, law-abiding, ethical human beings exist in the West. But unfortunately, we are ruled by very corrupt leaders that are enabling the genocide to take place and fueling the genocide in Palestine. So we have to be well aware of that. Do not get deceived by what you hear in the mainstream media. See if this would work. Okay, so he shared some of the devastation in Gaza. There's some pictures. Unfortunately, I didn't order all the footage, but we'll look for it together, and we'll make comments. And if there's a video, we'll listen to the video together. I'm assuming this is in Rafah. This is what's happened under the Al Shifa hospital. They've seen all this stuff. You can see the guy's has got a rope around his neck, so they've been bound. The clothes been taken off, and they've been bound and tortured, and then buried alive in most of the cases. So there is unfortunately, we can't share this on YouTube. I don't know if this is going to ban me on YouTube because of this now. But yeah, you could get the idea. Let's have a quick through. So you can see that the utter devastation and mass genocide in Gaza. He's sharing some of his footage that he took in Gaza, from the south side of Gaza, and he's going through, taking pictures as he's traveling with his team. So there's a video. Let's listen to that video together.
Family, everything back home. Amazing. I love seeing this.
Okay, so I'm assuming that he's just driving through, and he's just showing us the streets in this area. You can see that a lot of the properties are damaged. I think something now is about 70 to 80% of all residential properties, commercial properties, have been destroyed. Definitely all the hospitals, and from what I've heard, all the schools, universities have been completely flattened. So let's listen to this video. I believe this video was taken in Rafah, and this is brother Mohammad, Dr. Mohammad, carrying his mobile first aid with him in the back there.
We are in Rafah today, in the field, pre-hospital. We are actually in the red zone now, and as you can see, it's just empty, just completely empty. I mean, this street just literally 2 days ago was just overcrowded with people, and now you can see no one. We have been told it's quite safe-ish to go through. So what we're going to do is probably just go to the end of the street and just be stationary and just wait and see what happens.
Brother Mohammed, if you get this message, you're doing an amazing job by sharing this content with us. I'm going to carry on sharing some of your other content. Yeah, so you can see there's quite a lot of devastation here. Let's watch this video together. He's made a recording while they're driving through the streets in Rafah, I believe. And I believe they're now heading to the north side of Gaza. They're driving through probably to the middle of Gaza. They're showing us the devastation, the whole complete destruction of Gaza from north all the way to south, or from the south side, all the way to north side of Gaza. Let's watch this video together.
بعين الله يحفظك الحمد لله بالله الاخر والله الحمد لله فخينا شوفي في راسك شوفي لا حول ولا قوه الا بالله يا الله.
Sometimes I wish I'm with my brothers and sisters, in Gaza. I feel great sorrow for them and a great suffering, and they're just mourning their dead. This is just on a minute-by-minute basis. Our brothers and sisters are being massacred in Gaza and all over Palestine, not forgetting the West Bank, where there's an ethnic cleansing of Palestinians taking place. And this has been going on for well over 100 years, before the establishment of the terrorist state, the terrorist Zionist state. And I don't want to use the word Israel, because Israel is another name for the prophet Yaqub, who is the father of Bani Israel. So he is the descendants of Yaqub are known as Bani Israel, who were one of the first Muslims. We believe that Islam was the religion or the way of life, the blueprint given by the Creator since the creation of mankind, since the creation of Adam, alayhi salam, peace and blessing be upon him, and all the messengers of God and all the prophets of God and all the righteous people of God. May God bless them and give the barakah and bless them in Jannah, inshallah, for their guidance, including the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the final messenger with the seal of the prophets, and he came to guide us to the straight path. So what we believe as Muslims, that because we all originated from Adam and we're all descendants of Adam, we're all one family, we're all brothers and sisters, irrespective of our ethnicity, and we're all equal in the sight of God. In fact, in the Quran, very clearly it tells us that we have created you from a single pair of male and female and made you into nations and tribes so you can recognize each other. Very, the best of you is the best in conduct. So the best of us, the way you gain superiority in this world is how much beneficial you are to society. The more beneficial you are to others, and the more beneficial you are to the community, you gain greater superiority in the sight of God as well as in this dunya. So it very clearly says, service to many leads to greatness. Find a way to serve the many, for service to many leads to greatness. This is also recorded in the old scriptures as well. If you look into the Torah, the Gospel of Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, peace and blessing be upon him, all the scriptures that came from the one true God, Allah, state this message, the purpose of life. We're here to be constructive, not destructive. We're supposed to be creating, cooperating to do good, spread good, gain knowledge, and then share knowledge. Become beneficial human beings, proactive Muslims, proactive human beings. That's the purpose of life. And Allah gave us this blueprint, the Quran, the Holy Quran, the final testament from God, subhanahu wa ta'ala, through his Prophet, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace and blessing be upon him, to guide us so we can become successful in this world and the next. And at the end, what happens here? We abandon our brothers and sisters. We leave them to suffer alone. We don't protect them. We hear the cries from our brothers and sisters, the men, the women, and the weak and vulnerable. They're crying out, "Oh Allah, send us a savior. Send us a savior." Where are all the men? Where are the Muslims? We have abandoned our brothers and sisters, and we've allowed corrupt kuffar to lead us, corrupt human beings to lead us. I don't want to use foul language here and start calling all these Arab leaders as anything other than misguided human beings. But look at our brothers and sisters. Look at them mourning. Look at the destruction that's taken place in Gaza. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to support them? They're not asking you for money, and they're not asking you for money. They're asking for real men. Are there no real men in this dunya? Are there no real men in this world left? We see one example here, brother Muhammad, Dr. Muhammad, risking his life to go into Gaza to save lives as a doctor. Why doesn't Egypt open the borders for all our brothers and sisters to go in and save lives? Why do they restrict it? Why did they restrict aid going in when they had full control of the border? Why did they allow the Zionists to take over? Why did they give them that green light to go in and massacre our brothers and sisters, our own family? Why do they allow that to happen? It's nothing to do with politics. Do not get deceived. This is all about being a decent human being. The first thing to any decent leader would have done would have opened the borders, would have mobilized an army, would have said this is a red line. A strike on our brothers and sisters is a direct strike on us. He wouldn't have allowed the Zionists to go all the way into Mehwar, Philadelphia, the Philadelphia corridor, and allowed them to break the peace treaty with Egypt, violate the Camp David Accords. And after all that, we're not going to do anything. Egypt cannot go into war like a coward. It embarrasses me to call myself, it embarrasses me to even consider myself an Egyptian ruled by a Zionist donkey. I don't want to use foul language, but that's the fact. Egypt is ruled by a Zionist donkey. That is the fact. Like every other Arab country, they're ruled by donkeys. These are Zionist donkeys, servants of Zionists. It's an unfortunate fact. But the truth has to be told. Let's continue watching before I get angry. So yeah, it shares more devastation. It really hurts me when I see my Muslim brothers and sisters suffering like this.
I don't know. If someone can help me and describe what I'm seeing, because I can't find a single word to describe what's going on. God. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your interest. I don't know where to start from. I genuinely don't. I've written things down. So basically, where I am now, I'm in Deir al-Balah, in a street called Shari' Abu Urayf Street. It's in the Nusayrat in Khan Yunis. So it's in the middle zone. The main problem is water. And I've reached this guy, I've passed the peak time, if you like, where people are gathering and stuff. But let me explain to you what's going on. So I'm actually in a big quarter. There are around 300 families. This area hasn't been hugely affected, but as you probably know, now people are fleeing from the south to this area, so it's really packed now, or perhaps it's getting even packed. The main problem is the water supply. We are trying to dig for a water well. The challenge about digging is you need to get a GPS permission, but inshallah we will be able to do that maybe in the near future. But what we have at the moment, we do have a water well. It needs more electricity, if you like, to be able to bring the water up. Now, how is this going to help the people? As I said, there are around 300 families. At least you have about 3,000 people that would benefit from this. The main problem is the water. As I said, at the moment what they're doing, at the end of the street you will get a big tank, people will be queuing, and as you can see it's quite hot. And it is a big problem for the people to stay here. So we need your support to be able to support these people in their sumud. Inshallah, after I finish this video, I'll be sending a couple of videos from outside of exactly what's going on, and then I will be going to Khan Yunis. Khan Yunis is Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel.
As you can see, the problem is the water supply. And brother Dr. Mohammed here, he's proposing a water well project, and he's asking for our support. So if anyone wants to participate in supporting the project, the Clean Water Project, do reach out, make a comment below in the video, and reach out to me as well. I've got a WhatsApp community for everyone that wants to support and whoever needs support as well. And so yeah, do reach out on the community, as well as you can reach out on YouTube as well, make comments, and or connect with me on LinkedIn. Reach out on LinkedIn and send me a message, say, do you want to support Dr. Mohammed in his water well project? And we will start funding his project, inshallah. And also other projects as well that we are starting with, including supplying medical aid, assisting the injured to evacuate out of Gaza into Egypt, and then ultimately out of Egypt to complete their treatment abroad in first world countries. And I'm also working on another project to help students that didn't complete their education while they were in Gaza. They had their studies interrupted. They can complete their studies, inshallah, in Egypt or in the UK, perhaps, or a European country, inshallah. So if you do have a project or you have some ideas, please do reach out to me. I often get people asking me for money without any purpose. Lots of them want to buy a house or a new car and that sort of stuff. This is not my intention at all. I'm here to help the people that are in dire need to survive, to get treated, to save limbs, to save lives. That's the purpose of the Umicom Foundation, and why we set up the Umicom Foundation, to support those people, not to support people to get a lifestyle income. I hope it's clear. So don't contact myself or us in general if you want to buy a brand new car or you're looking to take out a mortgage or anything. Please do not waste our time. Okay, I'm going to continue with the videos. You can see here people that are really in need, and they're in dire need, not people that have savings of a few £1,000s and need an extra, funds to support them to buy a new house or a new car. This is not the purpose here. See this video.
So what are we trying to do is we're trying to ease off this problem. Look at the people queuing to get water, and these people are coming from, as I said, from this quarter, if you like. And imagine, this is not the peak. The peak is here. It's about 10 o'clock. The few things we can do, I will be explaining in the next video, inshallah. تعال 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 هذا سلام الطيب طب قلنا حضرتك طب اسمع انت صور لي كيلو هذه شوف وين تاخذ اياها تيجي حدا يساعدك ولا لحالك جسم قول لي وين بدك تروح حدا بيساعدك ولا لا لحالك بدك تروح وين بدك تروح تعال انا بدي اساعدك يلا وين I want to try and see if I can do it myself. Can I do it? 10 سنوات. So he's a 10-year-old, and this is his journey every single day. So let's see where's his house, and I really want to see if I can do it myself. زلمة كبيرة، هذا كل يوم بحاله. كيف بيساعد؟ I've been carrying this now for what, a couple of minutes? I'm already sweating. And I want to change to the other hand, to be honest. I can't imagine a 10-year-old is doing this every day. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. That's just a small example. I'm literally in the market now. I found 1, 2. You either buy them, take them now, or you don't. And this is what I mean by you need to have the cash. See, you find the solar panels, you either have the cash to pay, or you don't. Family, they've returned back home. Amazing. I love seeing this. Hope and resilience. دار الكتاب والسنة.
I think this is a repeat of a previous video. Sorry, I must have had it mute while I was talking previously. So yeah, I think we watched this video before, so it's good to watch it again just to get an idea if we missed it. Let's see, what's this one?
حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. This is what used to be the town center of Khan Yunis. I mean, I'm just mute. I can't express my feelings. I can't even describe what I'm seeing. But honestly, seeing these guys coming back is amazing. Honestly, hope and resilience. Yeah.
Yeah, complete resilience. These people are brave, absolutely brave, and they don't even have a home to return to. They're completely destroyed, yet people are still returning, are still standing strong against the occupation, against all this mass genocide and ethnic cleansing taking place. These people are the true warriors in Islam. MashaAllah, Barakallah fikum. Those are the true examples of Ahl Jannah, the people of paradise. If there's a good example, this is it. These are the people of paradise. Okay, there's another video.
So here I am. I'm standing on the middle of the street, and this is what we have, or this is what they have at the moment. You can see the kids. They're coming from this street. They're coming for the water supply up here. And somebody, he doesn't want to be filmed. I'm trying to respect. But as you can see, they're coming from this end as well. Everyone is coming for the water. So and this is the other street. In here. So what we're trying to do is, inshallah, try to sort. I don't think we'll be able to sort the whole problem out, but I'm sure we will be able to ease off the suffering of these people.
So I believe that Dr. Mohammad is sharing Khan Yunis and the surrounding areas in the streets in Khan Yunis, and how the children and the families are gathering to fill these tanks that they have, and bottles with clean water. It's not so clean, but it's the cleanest they can get. And he's trying to create a clean water project so we can ease the pressure in certain bottleneck areas in Khan Yunis and the surrounding areas. So yeah, let's just watch the next. I think we've seen this video before. Let's see it.
So what are we trying to do is, we're trying to ease off this problem. Look at the people queuing.
Yeah, we've seen this video before. It's just the same duplicate video. Was this a new video? We watched that before as well. Yeah, see, people are just carrying they're just carrying the stuff, being displaced from one location to the next in Gaza. Can you imagine living your life like this? And these people are the most privileged and the most fortunate because they've got a car. Others have to carry it on their back, whatever they can carry, and immediately leave. I know so many families that have just left with absolutely nothing because they were threatened to be shot dead if they don't move in the next couple of minutes. Basically, the whole camp will get bombed, and everything will be leveled to the ground in the next couple of minutes. So they have to just completely just abandon everything and leave the tent, leave everything, and just run for their life within a couple of minutes or less, in seconds, basically. So yeah, that's the situation. I think I had some of my videos mixed, so you can see that some of the video clips belong at different times. So we still see brother Dr. Mohammad there carrying the bottle across. It's always good to see the area, just get a bigger picture of the streets in Gaza as well. Sometimes when I'm watching this, I'm just wishing I was there personally to help out in any way I can.
This is not fun. It's not fun at all. And I don't think this is enough for the day, to be honest. I'm sure he's going to do this journey at least a couple of times a day. A 10-year-old. تعمل هذا كيلومتر؟ مش حدا يساعدك؟ كيف بيساعدوك يعني؟ كيف بيشيلوا معك يعني؟ So what he's saying is he's getting help sometimes. يلا انت شيل هذا وريني كيف. So that's what he has to do every single day. شيل كمان يلا. He's worried about the water. It's felt. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وين البيت؟ وين البيت؟ يلا. That was a hell of a journey in this heat. God, I'm sweating. The scale of the problem is just unbelievable. So, right, let's get to the point. I don't know. I mean, doing this journey myself, I don't think the water well is enough now, to be honest. You need probably a couple of them. And what might be a temporary measure, a temporary solution is just putting some water tanks in here, fill them up every day, just to try to ease off the problem for these guys. Right, we're just going to go back again now and just keep going.
Like I was saying, some have to endure the journey, being displaced from one location with just clothes on their back. This lady just carrying all their things in a rucksack, just walking all alone in the street. No one to help.
Today I'm in Khan Yunis. Actually, I'm at home. Yes, this is our house. Or used to be our house. It's not too bad. It's not really too bad comparing to... Exactly. So in this place, it used to be a beautiful garden. We used to have trees of lemon, orange, java, blueberries, strawberries. And where I'm standing, it used to be my cousin's house. Oh, sorry, it's my grandfather's house. And it does not exist anymore. It just simply doesn't exist. And the other house is for one of our cousins. But as you can see, it's just not habitable, unfortunately. Every time I go somewhere and I'm thinking, this is really bad, I just go somewhere else. And I find it even worse than what it was. But what can I say? You know, we will rebuild it again. I'm sure we will. I really don't think there's a tongue or a heart that can express what I'm feeling right now.
And this is an example of the mobile units that Brother Mohammed wants to acquire, or he's acquired a couple already. And these will be mobile hospitals, like mobile homes in a container, and they will be used to create these artificial limbs. So he's just sharing some of the pictures of these mobile units that we need to transport into Gaza somehow. I think this is pretty much it. So like I was saying, to create artificial limbs for all the children that have lost their limbs in Gaza due to the bombing. And I think that's pretty much it. I think this is just a repeat of some of the pictures, or they're very similar, just showing us more and more of devastation. So yeah, I think that's it. I do have some more pictures, more videos from Dr. Mohammed. But I think this is about enough for us to get an idea, just a general idea of the situation in Gaza. There are other pictures and videos that's too graphic to show on YouTube, so I'm going to avoid showing them or sharing them on this podcast because I don't want to get more strikes from YouTube. I already had one channel completely demonetized and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens, inshallah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed what I shared today in this podcast, and I hope I can bring on a special guest soon, and we can talk about some of these projects. Inshallah, may Dr. Mohammed get a speedy recovery, and then he can join us on the show, and he can share his personal experience in Gaza and the situation as it is from his perspective, as well as how we can help. How can we support them? Thank you for watching this podcast, and I hope I can share more with you soon again. But for now, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you all. Take care for now. Bye bye.